Hello, friends. It is a beautiful overcast Sunday. If I'm really quiet here, let's see if you guys can hear the rain. Can you guys hear the rain? It is a beautiful, soft, rainy day. So anyway, I have some stuff that I've been getting, is like some school supply stuff, and I have to put them away. So I figured I'd share with you guys before I do put it away. It's a mixture of books and some other like just miscellaneous stuff. So A Coal Miner's Bride. I am so excited to get into coal miners and stuff. I am located in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is like coal mine county, and we live in coal mine county. And so there's a lot of really fun side trails that we're going to be taking when we get to this period of time in history. But for now, I just went and got it. It looked interesting. These are, by the way, some of the books that I got here were during the sale that Thrift Books had, where you were getting books for $3 a piece. And then, of course, if you met their $20 threshold, then you got free shipping on everything. Plus the free book points that you're stacking on top of it. It was just too good of a deal to pass up on. So I got a lot of books that I wanted to stock up on, or that just looked plain interesting, you know? So The Coal Miner's Bride was one of them. Here's another one, Good Masters, Sweet Ladies, Voices from a Medieval Village. I thought this would be fun. Obviously, I don't need it right now, but for like whenever we cover that time period again. Then I got Where on Earth. There's a series, so I'm trying, there's so many things that I want to do with like the kids this year, like so many books I want us to read, and this is one of them, and this is like one of the spines that I want us to use when we do it. So this kind of just goes into a lot of like geography. Sorry, the sticker is like bothering me. Okay, so it's going into like a lot of like geographical features and stuff, and so I wanted everybody to have their own copy. I wanted to have my own copy. I want each of my kids to have their own copy, because there's a lot of diagrams like this in here that I want them to be able to see for themselves. Like, I don't want to just hold it up and have them read it. Like, I want them to be able to analyze and look at the pictures a little bit better. So anyway, I got that. Hoot. So if you guys follow me over on Instagram, by the way, it's my same user handle that you see here. So Into the Rabbit Hole with me. I've been sharing a lot about redefining homeschool. And she has like these literature circles that I signed up for. They're like book clubs. And I signed my oldest up for it. And there was a series of books that you can pick from. And then the kids are grouped together into that group. And they're all assigned individual roles to when they meet up in Zoom and stuff, that they have to, like, these leadership roles, things that they're in charge of to facilitate the book club meeting, you know? And my son, his top two books, because you got to pick which book that you wanted to read. And luckily, he ended up getting his first pick for his book. It was The Westing Game. But his second choice was this one. And so since he got his first choice and this was his second choice, he's not going to be doing this one as part of the Redefining Homeschool Literature Circle. So instead, I just purchased this one for him. So that way he can just read it leisurely, you know? So that was that. And okay. Again, if you've been following me on Instagram, I went to downtown Lancaster, and there was an adorable handmade shop there, and it had a whole bunch of like really cool posters and a whole bunch of like really cool stuff. I'll try to insert some videos of when we went, because it was really just a nice experience. The weather was beautiful, considering it is so hot right now in we're smack in the middle of summer. Normally it's really humid here in Pennsylvania and hot. Not on that day. It was such a beautiful day. So it was perfect. So anyway, all this to say, I ended up finding this shop that had not just books. It had like a lot of other stuff in there too. But I found a really cool like series of books. So Supernatural Lore, Pennsylvania, Ghosts, Monsters, and Miracles. So I thought something for like this fall for us to get into. But you know what I also think it's really cool is that for like, I'm not a native to Pennsylvania. I was born and raised in Southern California. So as we go along and we're learning about these ghost stories and all sorts of stuff, we're also learning about the geography of Pennsylvania and different landmarks and places in Pennsylvania. And I think that that's really cool. So I feel like we're learning more about Pennsylvania as we do things like this, you know? So anyway, I got that. And I got several others of that type too. So I got the Big Book of Pennsylvania Ghost Stories. And maybe this is something that maybe I just read by myself. I don't know. Maybe we read it together. I have no idea, but I thought that this would be just an interesting one in general. Also, I have my mind on high school courses and potential like groupings of things. And this could be, together with the other things that I'm going to show you, could be a deep dive into Pennsylvania history and stuff, and maybe put together like a Pennsylvania history block. You know what I mean? So anyway, there was that one. And see, together with this one, It Happened in Pennsylvania. Fascinating stories about 28 events that helped make Pennsylvania what it is today, including little known episodes that shaped the Keystone State's colorful history. Sorry, I was reading from down here. So there's cool little tidbits in here on Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson and events that happened that you really don't hear a lot about, you know? Well, that's a deep subject. And then there's the lost children of the Alleghenies, you know? An expedition in search of a beginning in 1803, you know, and I just love the way that it's written. So there was that one, along with, and I'm telling you, you guys are sensing a theme. That's why I really feel like I can develop a course around this. So slavery in the Underground Railroad in South Central Pennsylvania. I mean, I thought that that was really cool. So, I mean, like, look at the maps and stuff. And I thought that's just, I'm really intrigued by things like this. And like the Quaker colony and stuff, lives on the frontier. So anyway, I'm really excited. I'm going to have to figure out something for that. Then still on that same subject, see, I'm telling you, Abolitionist of South Central Pennsylvania. Like there were so many cool books there. I was like, of course I have to. Like I got to do something. The Adams County Anti-Slavery Society. I didn't even know that there was one. I just saw something in there on Thomas Jefferson. And so see, there's maps and like The Iron Entered My Soul, Benjamin Lundy and the Moral Calling. He's a Quaker. And oops, the windows were discovered to prevent discovery, or the windows were closed. Sorry, the windows were closed to prevent discovery. York County Abolitionist. This is the Language of America, Columbia, Dauphin, and Eastward. You know what I mean? I just thought it was going to be fascinating. Anyway, while we were there, my son also picked up this Dungeons and Dragons, like a player's handbook, just because he just wants to get better at developing the characters and figuring out the story. And I honestly can't tell you much about this because I know diddly squat about Dungeons and Dragons. It's more of my husband and him type of thing, you know? So, playing the drawer, physical qualities, and he was really interested in it. And so we picked it up at the used. It wasn't a used bookstore. It was more like a just a small like one of those it was like a huge space divided into individual stalls. Again, I'll try to like insert a clip so you guys will see it, but it was a really cool place. And I found those books that I just shared with you guys, and I found all that. Okay, now continuing on with thrift books. City of Ghosts, A Haunted Girl, an adventure like no other. So if I remember correctly, if this is the same author that I think it is, doesn't she do like, is this the one that does like Flowers in the Attic? Those kind of books? Because I remember reading those books in high school and thinking, oh my gosh, this is a little risque. So I just have to like pre-read this book. It's just to make sure, you know, it's not gonna be like Flowers in the Attic. The Outsiders, and I got posted. Now this one I believe has to do with like bullying. In middle school, words aren't just words. They can be weapons. They can be gifts. The right words can win you friends or make you enemies. They can come back to haunt you. Sometimes they can change things forever. So I thought that I'm always looking for books, not just a diverse set of books, but also a diverse set of themes, like throughout, you know what I mean? So anyway, so we have that. And then, my goodness, the amount of times that I've heard about a single shard, I got it now. So now it's mine. And when we cover this period of time or when it's relevant and stuff, again, we will read this one. I wonder what period of time. If you guys know, let me know. Or is this pretty much a book good for any period of time? 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. So I thought that looked interesting. Again, this was just something on Thrift Books when I was like going down the books that they had there available, like as their like red hot deal and stuff. I saw it and I'm like, okay. This might be interesting, you know? And then this one was not part of their deal. Actually, I find these to be a little bit expensive. I got this one on Amazon. And I wanted to get volume 1, but I was just like, it just wasn't in the budget. I was like, this one, I believe alone was almost $20 just alone. And so I'm like, I'm not going to get volume 1. Maybe like another year I'll get volume 1, but I do like the way it looks. So Chinese history stories from the imperial era. And I'll show you what it looks like from the inside. See, like, I love the illustrations. Illustrations are beautifully done. Like, look at that. But let me get to the beginning of a story so you can see. So you have your story in here. And they're just short stories. Oops, I skipped a page. And so you're learning a lot about China during that time period through these short stories, you know. And then you have this little learn more section here at the bottom, you know. So anyway, so I have that. And then I have one more book. My Name Is Not Easy. And I wish they would have left the like it came with the dust jacket, because I don't remember why I got it. But I do know that I think out of all the books, this is the one I was most excited about. My Name Is Not Easy. I remember the title, and I remember being really excited for it. And now I can't even tell you, like, what was it about? I don't even know. Oh, is this like, oh, this is about the, what's it called when the Native Americans were displaced? They were put into those boarding schools. There was an actual name for it. It was the, you know what I'm talking about, when Native American children were put into boarding schools, like in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. There was one of the biggest ones was located there. And then there was one in Canada, and there was somewhere else. And they were basically like re-educated over there. And they got in trouble for having long hair or speaking their native tongue and stuff, you know? And so I'm really, really excited. I mean, really, really excited for that one. So that was the one. All right. And I got just some miscellaneous supplies. So hold on. Let me just show you. Note cards. Nothing really exciting about just note cards, right? But, and it has like the little rings over here and stuff. Okay, so there's that. I got some Post-it notes. Look how cute. These are like these gradient color Post-it notes. So I got those. I got some butterfly Post-it notes because I thought, why not? How fun. And then the final thing, it wasn't that big of a haul, right? I just got these really fun cute like animal shaped Post-it notes. See, like you have like this kitty cat, there's a tiger, a puppy, like here's a chicken. I think those are the 4 different shapes basically. And I just got like a whole slew of them. Can you guys see? I have a whole slew of them in here. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's all I got. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys are having a very relaxing Sunday. Oh, by the way, I haven't shared with you guys yet my book stack and stuff for Oak Meadow. I've been sharing every single week, like the books that I'm using for Oak Meadow grade 5. And so we're on week 3. So far, so good, guys. I will film that later, and then I will post it later on this week. Or if you follow me on Instagram, I will be sharing that over on my Instagram account. Bye, guys.